Hello, in this video I'm gonna show you some tips and tricks that you can perform on Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6. There are many tools that you can use, even for fun, if you are bored, or some of them might be also quite useful in some situations. For instance, if you go to the settings, over here we have Galaxy AI section, where you have a bunch of different options, or actually description of those options. For instance, we have the call assistant, where we have a live translation option. We can choose your language and your voice, where we can just adjust even the speech rate, and we can also mute our voice in order to not be heard but immediately translated to the other language, so that the other person on the other side hears only the translation without us. And this also goes for the other way around. So for yourself, you can set up the language, or actually for the other person you can set up the language and the voice, and you can also mute other person's voice in order to hear the translation only. And in addition to that, we also have the option to create a preset for each person. So if you go over here, you can add a number or contact and then set up these settings individually for the specific contact. In addition to that, we also have a similar thing, but for chat messages. So we can use AI to translate messages in the in selected chat and text messaging apps. We can also create texts based on a snippet or request that you have written, change the tone of your writing, and provide spelling and grammar suggestions. So over here we have the chat translation. Over here you can choose to see the original and translated text or just the translated one. And you can also manage apps in which this option should work. And you also have language packs for translation, so you can go over here and then download new languages that you want to use for the chat translation. And the same goes with the composer. Over here we can enable and disable this option. We also have a short description how it works, and of course we also have the style and grammar option, which also has a pretty long description which we can read about. So yeah, this is about the chat assist. And when you open a conversation, you have this option over here. You can press this icon in order to go to the translation. And over here below we have the input, and over here at the top we have the output. So we can press on this language on the left side, and then we can choose the current language, the source language. So in my case it is English, and let's say I want to translate it to Polish. And as you can see, it is translated over here, and I can just send this message as this one over here. Instead of trying to translate by myself, it does just immediately. So in Galaxy AI we also have the interpreter that allows you to once again use translations, but for real life situations and meetings. So if you meet a person in real life and they don't speak your language, you can also use the interpreter in order to quickly translate what they are saying, and of course you can translate whatever you are saying to their language as well. And in order to find the interpreter, we can open the quick access. So swipe from the top to the middle twice, and then somewhere over here you should be able to find the interpreter. In my case it is over here. I can press this button, then press continue, then of course grant permissions, and of course we might need to download language packs. But over here we can select our language. So let's say I'm gonna choose English, and of course we can select their language and choose Polish. Now we can press OK. And now you can press the mic in order to start saying whatever you are saying, and later on when you stop, the text or whatever you are saying, your speech, will be translated to their language. So let's stop recording, and we can even hear the preview, how it sounds. And of course now we have enabled the automatically the other microphone or the other language. Of course, this is just nonsense in this language, such as I'm talking in English all the time, but generally it works pretty well. And over here we also have additional AI options like Note Assist that can be used in the Note app, where we can create summarizes, we can transcribe and summarize voice recordings. We can also auto-generate covers based on the content of notes. We can also correct spelling and grammar, and we can translate our text in notes. So this is also a pretty useful tool. Definitely recommend it, especially if you tend to use and create notes a lot. And there's also this the transcript option for voice recording. So if you go to the voice recorder, let me actually try to find it quickly. There we go. It will be in the Samsung folder over here. Then you can open any voice recording that you have made, and then you have the option to transcribe. And after a short while, whatever is being said, it should be transcribed and the text should be generated over here. And there we go. We are even separating speakers. So if there is a long pause or other voices are detected, then the device will actually detect that and separate speakers and group them into speakers. So that's pretty useful option as well for some, I suppose. And I'm not gonna go through all of them, but there's one more that I really like and that I find pretty funny and useful at the same time, and that is the drawing assist, because we can make sketches and then the AI will actually convert that sketch into an image. So in order to use it, we can use the Smart Select or the photo editor. So let me actually go to the gallery, and then I'm gonna use this photo over here, as it is pretty simple. And we're gonna tap on this icon with the stars, and then over here we have sketch to image if that option is enabled, and now we can draw anything in order to generate something in the image. So I'm gonna draw something pretty simple. Let's say this is a car, because why not? I know it doesn't resemble a car really, but let's say that it works. Or actually, let's see what the AI will think about it. So now we're gonna press generate. Now we need to wait a while in order to see the results. And there we go. It is in fact a car and it looks pretty good. We also have several suggestions. So this is of course what we have drawn. We have the AI generated picture, and we have another one and a third one. Pretty cool stuff. And of course we can save a copy of that. There we go. And we have our image. Of course, in the bottom left corner, we have the information that it is in AI generated content. Nevertheless, it looks and works pretty well. Okay, so I'm actually gonna show you one more thing, because it is also mentioned in Galaxy AI section, and that is the photo ambient wallpaper that allows you to use AI in order to change your photo based on the time and weather. So we need to go to the settings, and over here we want to go to wallpaper and style, and then we can choose change wallpapers. And over here where it says create with AI, of course we have two options. We have generative and photo ambient. I'm gonna show you the photo ambient, and this allows you to match the weather outside, and of course it uses the weather app, so we need to grant permission to certain things like the weather and location. And then if you choose your photo, then based on the weather outside, you should see the results. So if it's sunny, then of course the photo will be clear. Over here we can also see the preview. If you press this play button in the bottom left corner, then we will see how it looks like when it's raining. As you can see, we have the rain effect, and also we have the snow effect for the winter. So that's pretty cool. There we go. Once we are done, we can simply press done over here, and that should be it. So let's take a look. And there we go. Now, right now, oh, this is only for lock screen, it seems. I don't think we can change it for the home screen, apparently. But still, nevertheless, it's a pretty useful tool. Yeah, so it seems that we cannot switch it for the home screen, but for the lock screen, it's also pretty great. Now we also have generative AI option. So let's take a look how it looks like. So we have this action create something new, and here we also have it rain, night, and so on and so forth. So it looks pretty similar to these options over here. So let's choose mineral in this case, and well, maybe let's create something by ourselves. So let's choose night in this case. Oh, right, so we have a preset, it seems, and those selected phrases can be actually adjusted. So instead of abstract gray, we can change to abstract indigo. Distant mountain range we can change to, let's say, cliff. And ice we can switch to clouds. There we go. And now we can press generate. Of course, we have to agree to terms and services. And by doing so, we will generate a bunch of example photos, and this is how they look like. So we can set our favorite one, we can choose lock screen and home screen, we can press next, and this is how we can create our own wallpaper. Pretty cool stuff. So that's about it. This is all that is related to AI tips and tricks that we can use and implement on our Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6. Thanks for watching, leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and see you in my next videos. Bye!